Welcome to That's Good Sports. I'm Brandon. I pretend to be a draft expert for 2 weeks out of the year, every year, Perna. Josh Rosen is officially working on the second leg of the AARP Tour of America after the Arizona Cardinals, who took Kyler Murray with the first overall pick last night, have traded the second-year UCLA quarterback to the Miami Dolphins. Nothing says just fucking retire already like moving from Arizona to Florida. I will evaluate the Josh Rosen trade and what crawled up Steve Smith's ass on this episode. That's Good Sports. Please, if you're a newcomer, subscribe to this YouTube channel. I do football videos all the time. If you're an old comer, click the notification button. Also, this episode is sponsored by Manscaped. You already know about some Manscaped products like the Lawnmower 2.0 for body hair trimming with skin-safe technology so you don't nick your nuts or nipples. Speaking of which, better, just the way my wife likes it. Or the Crop Mop Ball Wipes. You know what they say, a man with funky testes will live alone without any besties. But Manscaped.com is about providing total body maintenance, keeping your skin and man hair cleansed and trimmed from head to toe. Literally. Now with the Foot Duster Foot Spray. This is my right foot. I call him Righteous, and I spray him once a day. This is my left foot. I call him Daniel Day-Lewis, and I spray him once a day. Not only does the Foot Duster keep your feet from smelling like disgusting feet, but it reduces bacterial microorganisms on the skin, features pH control, and is composed of all natural ingredients like tea tree oil, which helps repair dry skin. Plus, pro skater Windsor James endorsed it, so I'm assuming it makes you good at skateboarding too. Oh, yes it does. Use my link in the description or my promo code SPORT20 for your 20% discount at manscaped.com. Now, the Cardinals will take an $8.16 million hit in dead cap money to move Rosen to Miami. Should have used a different moving service. The Dolphins gave up their 62nd draft pick and a 2020 fifth rounder to get last year's 10th overall pick. The Arizona Cardinals, in a move I love, drafted wide receiver Andy Isabella with that pick to pair with Kyler Murray. Isabella is from UMass and is the shortest, bestest wide receiver in the draft. Kyler Murray will now be able to throw the football under the offensive line to a receiver built to catch the ball like he's fielding a grounder. Now, okay, back to Rosen. Honestly, Rosen might be counting his blessings right now. Sure, he was dumped by the team that traded up to take him at 10 just 1 year ago. But he's going to a situation where his competition is a 38-year-old birthday cake-filled Ryan Fitzpatrick.
I have 7 kids, so in January we have 3 birthdays. So we've got, a family birthday party, which includes cake, and then we've got a friend's birthday party, which includes cake. So that's 6 times in January.
As opposed to the multi-sport playing reigning Heisman winner. And believe you me, the Rosen-Fitzpatrick battle will be the greatest battle between Harvard and UCLA alums since James Franco was somehow able to convince Natalie Portman to co-star in Your Highness with him and Danny McBride. Now, in leaving Arizona, Josh Rosen is trading in desert meth for that sexy, sweet Miami cocaine. Coming out of UCLA, cocaine is a much better drug fit for Rosen. As a guy who switched out of his heartburn medication for Viagra, I know a thing or two about self-medicating. Imagine if you told guys the cure for heartburn was masturbating. Anyway, Rosen didn't have the best rookie season, sure. But we have to put that in context. He had an abysmal offensive line to work with, a one-and-done head coach, and no one but an aging Larry Fitzgerald to throw to. I have said this shit 1,000 times. If you watched the beating that he took against the Broncos on Thursday Night Football, you know that Rosen probably sacrificed several million brain cells for those three wins in 2018. What kind of situation does he have in Miami? Again, he's with a first-year, defensive-minded head coach, albeit this time one that held the Rams to 3 points in the Super Bowl, and a team that was built around Ryan Tannehill until it suddenly decided it wasn't this offseason. And the Dolphins do have weapons, at least more than there were in Arizona. Devontae Parker, would have been the best non-fits receiver in Arizona last year, a legit deep threat in Kenny Stills, Albert Wilson, who was averaging 15 yards per catch until he got hurt last year, and Kenyon Drake, who averaged 4.5 yards per carry. The most important thing, however, is he upgrades from Arizona's offensive line, which was ranked 32, to Miami's, which was ranked, well, 31. Still technically an upgrade. But that elite ranking of 31 was before they lost their starting right tackle to the Denver Broncos in free agency. Good luck, Josh. Josh Rosen unfollowed the Cardinals' social media accounts, and nobody takes social media follows more seriously than Steve Smith, who responded with his rant.
So now you're mad because they brought some competition in here, so you're gonna try to take your ball? Well, first of all, son, it ain't your damn ball to take anyway. So you just keep playing with your phone, and you keep showing us what the stigma of you and who you were was at UCLA. Now you brought it to the professional level to show us you're still gonna, when things don't go your way, you're gonna cry in the corner.
That mentality is why Steve Smith was so good at football. That mentality is also why people who don't like sports think all people who do like sports are douchebags. I'd be way more concerned if Josh Rosen seemed happy about the Kyler Murray pick, but Steve Smith sort of has a history of overreacting. Remember when he was such a good teammate that he went to jail for assault by breaking practice squad player Steve Bright's nose because Bright asked to see a play again in the film room, and then when the lights went off in the film room, Steve Smith sucker punched him? Yeah, I remember that. Steve Smith might have been one of the worst teammates in NFL history. He broke 2 former teammates' noses and fought another fellow receiver. And this is your rant after Josh Rosen has said nothing?
Ain't nobody giving you nothing. Only thing you can get on this stage right now is a free ass whooping. Everything else you gotta work hard for.
But you're right, Steve, you're right. Rosen is no man at all.
This is a man's game. Be a man and go against that man one-on-one. He gets 10 plays, you get 10 plays. Do your deal.
What are you talking about?
But guess what? They're gonna ship your ass home somewhere else, and you can go cry and be their problem.
Yes, they are. They are going to move him. They already did. They traded him to Miami, where he has a chance to compete and start. I like listening to Steve Smith talk. I really do. And I fully admit, I have no clue if Josh Rosen can be a good quarterback. He played on the worst team in the NFL last season, and he never complained. He unfollowed the team's social media accounts after they used the first overall pick to replace him. Kyler Murray wasn't brought in for competition. So what did you do, Steve Smith, when the Panthers said your job wasn't safe? Oh yeah, you fucking left. How is Josh Rosen supposed to compete? Trying to run an offense that will be designed for Kyler Murray. An air raid offense that plays to none of Josh Rosen's strengths. I don't think it's crazy that Rosen was pissed. And I don't think he should be doing Arizona any favors by pretending he wanted to be there. I also don't think the Cardinals did the wrong thing by taking Kyler Murray. As a former NFL player, Steve Smith, you just took a dump on another player while he is at his lowest. Why not take that passion and direct it towards an area that deserves it? Like Roger Goodell for doing anything. Or like the Chiefs and Tyreek Hill. Or Nick Bosa's social media history. Hell, don't even look outside of Arizona. Remember when Patrick Peterson changed his Cardinals social media stuff like 2 days ago and was pissed at the Cardinals organization for a fake trade rumor? And don't give me this tough love bullshit. Maybe take a note from Chris Long, the most recent Walter Payton Man of the Year award winner, showing encouragement for a fellow player who was just put in a tough situation. Or maybe Steve Smith just has the rage version of blue balls, knowing he can never break Josh Rosen's big, beautiful nose. That nose has to drive Steve Smith, the nose breaker, crazy. Now there was a point in time where we thought Rosen might go to the Giants, who of course tore their rotator cuffs reaching for Daniel Jones last night, and then spent the morning trying to stitch their bottoms back together after the reaming they took from New York media. Rosen to the Washington Potatoes was a short-lived pipe dream. Luckily, Washington was the only team willing to pay the $50 cover charge to get into Dwayne Haskins' draft party. The point is, Anything is better than what Josh Rosen was subjected to last year. And he gets to go to a team and a coaching staff that actually wants him. That really wants him, so much so that they traded a late second round and future 5th round pick to get him. That means something to athletes.
Next man up.
Albert Wilson, who
This guy's too small.
and the Dolphins do have weapons. Thanks for watching another episode of That's Good Sports. Please subscribe here on YouTube. I've been doing draft coverage all week. The Broncos 1st round draft pick, the draft recap video, those are up now. You can click on them on this screen and watch them, and I'll have a Broncos full draft recap tomorrow.